Welcome to Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes. This is the Galactic Challenge event, Droids versus the Empire, and we've got Kuiil to unlock. So CG has just put out this post here that is giving us more details on Kuiil and IG-11 and their availability. They've already hinted at that they're going to have a accelerated release cadence. So this is specifically what they've revealed this time around here, is that there's going to be a temporary period where both are going to drop from Cantina nodes, and they're going to become available in shipments and weekly shipments. And I'm expecting that to happen in December. What I really think they're saying here is that legendary event that they've been hinting at is going to be coming in December. This, I think, is coming up fast, and we need to be ready for it. I've got my crystals saved up. I'm going to continue saving them to get them to at least 5 stars. I don't think I'm going to go above 5 stars early on. Just kind of depends on what that crystal investment is going to be, but I'm expecting these guys to be rapidly available. Also, it looks like that these characters are being weighted towards mid-game players and earlier players. I think that they're hoping that Mando is going to cause players to either return to the game or pick up the game just because of the excitement for the new season and for Baby Yoda. One of the reasons I feel like that is because Cara Dune is only on a 16 energy node. Mando and Karga are on tougher nodes, but more than that, there's very few Chirotechs needed for these characters. Like below Gear 12, there are no Chirotechs on Karga or on Cara Dune. There's only a couple Chirotechs below Gear 12 on Mando, and then Kuiil is also very interesting. When it comes to Kuiil's gear demands, it's surprisingly not that bad other than 3 stun guns. The stun guns is a little steep, but there's only one other carb on there, and this is up to Gear 11. When I estimate this stuff out, I'm always thinking about just Gear 11. There's hollow projectors at Gear 7. Gear 8 is no big deal. It's just a Carbonti and a droid collar. Stun guns at Gear 9, another stun gun at Gear 10. But other than that, you can get up to Gear 8 on Kuiil without a huge investment. There's no Chirotechs there. And the only characters that really haven't had Chirotechs since Chirotechs have been released has been Geobrood Alpha and Arc Trooper and these Mando characters. So I think CG is looking at these Mando characters to be a little bit more achievable for mid-game players and early game players if they want to pursue them and target them. But for players who've been around a while like me, this is not a big deal. And because of those lower relative gear requirements, that says to me that this legendary event is coming quickly and that they want it to be relatively more achievable. And jumping into the event, looking at these feats, I'm going to break down the feats, then I'm probably going to play through the event and then edit the video to give you my breakdown before the playthrough like I've done in the past couple. I think that's a little bit more informative. I don't think you want to wait till the end of the video before you hear from me what the solution is. But the feats here, Remnant of Power, I don't know if we've seen this one before. Whenever a character inflicts a debuff, they gain a stack of Imperial Rule, which can't be blah blah blah, and they gain offense and potency per stack. So that sounds like Vader is just going to get more and more dangerous as this goes on. Protocol Exterminate, droid allies have added offense whenever a droid ally scores a critical hit. They inflict target lock on target enemy for 2 turns. I wish I had IPD or IG-88 Zetas. That seems like they could be interesting. Whenever a droid ally damages an enemy with target lock, they get protection back. Yeah, we'll see this. I might gear up IPD a little bit for this, but I only have a 5-star IPD. And then this one, I'm guessing, yeah, this one we've seen before, Imperial Edict. This is just that one with a revive mechanic on the Imperial Troopers. So we're not going to spend too much time thinking about or reading through that. Kuiil here, we got 15 shards, 10 shards, 5 shards. So that's 30 shards for this playthrough, and then next week another 60 to get to, I believe that gets you to the 4 stars, and then use as many crystals it takes, or 3 stars for those shards. Then you have that Cantina farm availability, which you can probably get up to 4 stars during, and then maybe if you save up your crystals just a little bit more to get up to 5 stars. And then that 5-star minimum, you can take advantage of a legendary drop. Alright, I am going to play through the later tiers and then cut that into the video right after this. So I've played through the event, figured out the best strategy. This group here was able to handle all tiers of the event and undersized. So I've got a Relic 7 Grievous, Relic 5 B1, and then Gear 11 B2, Gear 12 IG100. The only caveat here is you have to have the right RNG on the final tier where Vader doesn't take out IG100. So that's either when he does his AoE and does his initial attacks, IG100 survives, or you play the RNG until Vader uses his basic on his first turn, which did happen for me in one of the playthroughs, and you'll see in the recording here. So this can do it. If you don't have a Relic 7 Grievous, or if you're struggling with your droids, Sith Empire crushes it, all tiers of the event and undersize. I also beat it with my Jedi Knight Revan, or I beat it through tier 6 with my Jedi Knight Revan, but I have a Gear 12. Let me show you my Jedi. So the Jedi team I used, in case you don't have a Sith Empire team, I have only a Gear 12 Jedi Knight Revan, but I used my Hermit Yoda, which is Relic 3, Relic 5 Kenobi, Relic 2 Grandmaster Yoda, and my Relic 2 Jolee. This worked at tier 6, but they didn't really quite have the damage they needed at tier 7. The only thing you need to be aware of, though, if you do use Jedi, is be very careful with the cleanses. If there are too many debuffs, you don't want to cleanse, because then you will just heal up Jedi. In one of my playthroughs, I wasn't thinking about that. I did a cleanse. Vader was almost out, and then he got all his health and protection back, and I had to start over. And it's also kind of a ticking bomb, where if you take too long with the Jedi, and mine was kind of on the borderline of taking too long, the buffs that they get from the modifiers makes them really tanky and do a lot of damage as the event goes on. But the good news is, if you have a basic Grievous team, that's all you need to handle the event and the undersizes. If you don't want to take the time with the undersizes, Sith Empire is the way to rapidly finish the later tiers. Though at the end of the video, I'm also going to tack on to the end of it my Kuiil Unlock, and then gear him up, and I might test him out. You'll see at the end of the video. Alright, we're going to be looking here. So target lock synergy, we've got Grievous and B1. I don't know if Grievous lead is the way to go. I'm going to throw an IG100 just so we've got that stealth to start with. Do we just start with a Grievous team? I think we're just going to start with a Grievous team. See how Grievous does. And we're going to blow through tier 4. Actually, I like IG100 in that slot. So this is tier 4. I haven't played any of the other tiers yet. Just do a big hit. This isn't going to matter at this tier, I don't think. Although I should probably try this without my Grievous and B1. Just because Grievous is Relic 7 and B1's Relic 5. I want to make sure that I show some attempts with things that don't have high relics. But first I want to figure out the mechanics a little bit. Yeah, we're not going to have any issues with the undersizer. We'll see how... Actually, you know what? No, we'll do tier 5. I'm hoping just a basic Grievous team is not what this event requires, because that's boring. Alright, now we're getting outsped at tier 5. I've got a very fast B1. We've got buff immunity on everyone, which seems nice. Do the AoE. IPD is going to do some damage in a moment. Let's see if we can take out Death Trooper. Oh wait, I forgot about that mechanic. Yeah. Alright, we need to focus more on Vader. Metaloid monstrosity is going to be a big deal. I misplayed my early turns by not focusing on Vader right away. Yeah, we're going to do that one again. So we just tried tier 5 and it failed because I didn't focus on Vader right away. And I think that's going to be pretty important. So we land buff immunity everywhere to prevent Shore Trooper from taunting. And we want to hit... We'll do the AoE. And we want to focus down on Vader, I'm fairly certain. So to give you an idea of what I'm working with here, I've got a Gear 12 IG-100, a Gear 11 Droidica, a Gear 11 B2. And then I already set the relics on B1 and Grievous. Which again was a relic 7 on Grievous, relic 5 on B1. Alright, that's bad. And we don't have a buff immunity on Shore Trooper yet. Okay, that stun is pretty important. Alright, Vader's down, and then it just falls apart from here. Okay. So now we'll see if 2 relics is going to be enough for this final tier. So far, nothing seems too scary. I think I have enough. And then we'll test out another team and go for that undersized battle. Don't like that we lost IG-100 right away. That is potentially really bad. Make sure we're targeting Vader for the B1 assist. Gotta land the stun. We don't get it. My droidic is too weak. Yeah, that was nothing. That was a tickle. Yeah, we'll do the AoE, hit all those target. Oh my god, Vader! Alright, we're gonna try that again. I think I should have gone for the stun. IG-100 survives. Let's get some health back on him. AoE, land those target locks. And then just AoEs, keep hitting those target locks to let there be some recovery. Big hit, land the stun. Droidica goes. Oh! This should be enough. Okay. Oh, that's right. IPD doesn't do any damage anymore because CG needs to rescale. Seriously? Alright. This will end eventually. Okay, so 2 relics just on B1 and Grievous is fine to beat all tiers of the event. Undersize, that's going to be a little trickier. Let's come up with something there. I don't... You know what? We'll try it without Droidica. Droidica's not doing anything. But it's really going to come down to the RNG on... Ooh, that's good RNG. Alright, let's land that AoE. Land this stun. So we can put a stun over here. Perfect. Actually, we'll try and stun Tarkin because his AoE was strip turn meter. This is bad. This is where it falls apart. No, we're good. We're still alive. We're going to do the AoE. So we can get the protection regeneration. Alright, that's all you need for undersize. I'll try something else out too in case people don't have a Relic 7 Grievous. And that's without losing anyone too. Okay, so I'll go through those on my own time. I'm going to try now using a non-droid team to beat this. And then we'll get Kuiil. And then watch Mandalorian, most importantly. Alright, I feel like this Jedi team needs to work. What I've noticed though is you can't do the cleanses, or you have to time them very carefully, because if you do cleanse with too many dots or debuffs on the field, you're gonna just heal up Vader. That's not too much to be concerned about. And using these Jedi, it's kind of just like there's a time limit on how fast you need to do this. Because if you take too long, the Imperial Edict or whatever gets too high. And they become too strong and tanky to take out. No, we can still do it. We can still do this. Put another Master's Training onto the field. Okay. And then the rest will fall. Alright. I don't know if we're going to play this out. We know it works. All you need to do is take out Vader. The rest of this is just a waste. Actually, I still have a feat here. Or was that undersized feat? Or was it a full team of droids feat? So look at how tough this probe droid has gotten by the end of this battle. That's why it's like, if you don't take out Vader as quickly as possible, they just get too strong. Yep. So, Jedi work takes way too long. I don't want to try gas. Kind of know they're gonna work. Just throw in Sith Empire. Do the Wild Lightning. Now we can dispel. Now we can focus down on Vader. Yeah, Sith Empire seems to be like it's gonna crush this. Ooh, that did nothing. Okay. Alright, I think that is good enough. I will cut a different opening. No, first we will cut our end. No, we're not. We need to get Kuiil. Alright. Alright, we've played through all tiers of the event. Now we're going to unlock Kuiil. I think we're just going to do this as fast as possible. Get these shards. We'll gear him up relatively quickly. We'll take him up to gear 8, maybe gear 9. Oh, that's just nice. The only thing here, though... Oh, we did the damage? I was wondering if this feat would have been problematic, but it appears not. Okay, one more tier and we will have Kuiil. You better unlock at 3, otherwise I'm waiting till next week. I'm not using any crystals on him yet. All right. Okay, Kuiil, let's see you. Don't care about that right now. Kuiil. We are going to activate you. Wonderful. All right. And then this is not, I showed this at the beginning of the video, this is not a big deal until year 9. I get, yeah, not yet, tier 6. There's 2 HoloLenses here, which can be somewhat in demand, but I've saved up a good amount. During the farming that 3 Baka node, I was able to get a bunch of those. And then this tier, there is a Carbonti here, which for me right now is not a huge deal. And then I still have one of these saved when CG gave us those 3 free ones during Galactic challenges when they made that mistake. And I think I'm going to use it right now. Because what I'm really expecting here is he is going to make Mando way more survivable, and that's what I want to see and test out. I'm holding off on Omegas. I'm very picky about those. Everybody will eventually get them, but I kind of like to hold off until it matters, because that damage there on that basic Omega, unless he's a damage dealer, it doesn't really make a difference. This one, though, is worth doing. Like, especially when you see an Omega here with all this text, you don't need to read it. Something that complicated means it's good. And we talked about it in my previous talk video. I broke down his kit. I think Kuiil is going to be much more important than IG-11. Oh, this one we're definitely putting on. Mechanic Savvy's like his whole deal. You got to put that one on. And here is his Zeta, which is a good Zeta. Let me double check that I think it's important enough right away. I definitely want to try him out without the Zeta first. So the Zeta, start of the battle, droid scoundrel allies can't. Oh, that's essential. So this is what is going to make Mando more survivable. We're going to do a before and after. We're going to hold off so we can do a before and after. Maybe I'll put this out as a separate video. And we're going to wrap it up there. I think this video is getting overly long, so we're not going to do any testing of Kuiil right now. I just tried doing some, and I feel like that's a separate video, not something related to this. So I will see if I figure out something that I think is worth putting out in terms of that. This has been Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes. I'm going to go watch Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 2 now before going to bed. Be safe out there, everyone. Be excellent to each other.